Oh.
I'd like to call this village board meeting of October 6th, 2016 to order. Would the clerk please take the roll?
President Jackson,
Here.
Trustee Schmidt,
Excused.
Trustee Fonte Sullivan,
Here.
Trustee Light,
Here.
Trustee Meritato,
Here.
Trustee Pojek,
Here.
and Trustee Schroeder.
Would you all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor? I'd like to
Trustee
make a
Fonte
motion to,
Sullivan. Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to recess to committee of the whole.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we had just recessed the board meeting to go into committee of the whole because our presenter has a meeting with some residents across the parking lot. So at the committee of the whole, it's yours, Pat.
I'd like to call the committee the whole meeting of October 6, 2016 to order. Becky, can you know who's present?
So noted.
Okay, is there any add-ons or deletions? Mike?
Programs.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, being none, go to public comment. Being none, go to committee recommendations. There isn't any committee recommendations. We go to the discussion regarding Seams Park and Mill Pond Park Playground improvement. Keith?
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak earlier in the meeting. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I had something come up that I needed to deal with, so I appreciate having a few minutes here to get this update to the board on Seams and Mill Pond Park. As everybody knows, when we went through the budget this year, two parks that we identified next on our list of parks to work on the playground structures were Seams Park and Mill Pond Park. And those two structures, we recently received a $40,000 grant from Game Time to help in the construction of those. And so what you will see at the next meeting is on the regular meeting will be the proposal to pass these two pieces of equipment. And on the screen, I've got pictures of both of them so that the residents can see. Basically, these structures, the picture, the pictures didn't come through.
It's in their board packet.
It's in the board packet. The two structures that are in there both take on the 5 to 12 age range and the younger kids. You have a copy of the pretty pictures. I apologize. These are the two structures that we're putting in, along with swings in Mill Pond. And if you go to Seams, you'll see
That's really nice.
the same kind of structures. The older kids in the top right-hand corner, or the younger kids, excuse me, in the top right corner, and the freestanding structure at the bottom, as well as the swings. And so through these grants, we were able to get an additional amount of work through the process. You'll see that we have budgeted, the total for this is $89,592. That includes installation, the mulch, and the delivery. So that will be a part of our recommendation coming through. But I just wanted to give everybody the heads up that this is coming next at the next meeting. I will make sure to have pictures on display at the Sports Hub, since it appears I sent the wrong document to have up there today.
Oh,
and then we'll get those going. The plan is to have this equipment ordered. There is still a chance that it'll go in still this year. That is the hope from the company. They say it's about 50-50. So otherwise it'll be put in first thing in the spring, but we're trying to get this done so that we can still get it in still this year.
Keith?
Yes.
The beige stuff, you know, the ground?
Mhm.
Is that rubbery stuff?
No, it is, these will be mulch again. It'll
Oh.
still be mulch. To put in the rubber structure, almost doubles the cost of the playground. And so for us to be able
Safer
to,
though, isn't it?
you know, I wouldn't necessarily say it's safer. I think there's pluses and minuses to
Oh,
both
okay.
of those. I think that the mulch that we put in currently is a playground-specific mulch. So I do think that what we're putting out there is safe for the kids to play in.
Okay.
Yeah, Trustee
thank you.
Fonte, I think that's a good question, but I want you to know, we work with the companies to know whether or not we should put the rubber down or whether we can do the mulch. And so we always, the playground structure, for example, at Ruskin Park required that.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Any other question?
It's beautiful.
none?
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. No, we don't need them.
This is a recommendation, right?
This is gonna come back at the next board meeting, so.
Okay.
Okay, we'll move on to, Mike, programs?
Programs. After some discussion with a few people in town and other friends, I've noticed that there's been a huge increase in fitness programs as far as in the boxing area, where we've like Jab Fitness. I've got a lot of women that are really into it, and they really enjoy the cardio that they get out of it. And also with boxing brings in something we had in the past here in the village, which was a really wonderful program, which spawned a heavyweight Golden Glove champion from our very own. After talking with him and discussing with him, finding out that there are several small, still people in town here that are trying to train kids and work with kids and keep them out of trouble on a lot of different areas. And they're working very hard. A couple of them are amateurs and one is a professional fighter. If there is a way to start a program in town, all we need is a space. I've worked with a couple ideas on sponsors that are willing to donate a ring, speed bags, and heavy bags. As far as the coaching staff goes and stuff like that, it would have to be worked upon. But I just wanted to bring this out there, and I would like to see this happen. I mean, I think it was a great program that we had once before, and with the Jab Fitness craze going on now, the women are getting into it, and they're utilizing the speed bags and getting the cardio out of it that they would normally get, you know, doing other boring things like Pilates. You know, we won't say it's bad, but still.
Well, I think that I can certainly look into that. If I can get together with you after the meeting and kind of discuss some different options, get the information, then we can start to put together what it would take to put a program like that together, what we would need, facilities and all that, and see if we can come up with something to do that. Certainly, you know, we're always looking for additional programming. If we can get people in, that's fantastic. That's what we're here to provide. So, yeah, let's, if you can get me in contact with the person that I need to contact, I
Yes.
will be happy to get that taken
And
care
I
of.
also think too, if bringing in the police department, you know, maybe there are those that they see that say, you know, you should really consider trying a program like this, and directing the younger kids to stay out of trouble and maybe give them a little goal to work upon. I think it would help out with a lot of, you know, questionable youths that might be, you know, borderline. That was all I had.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, you know, that sounds like a good, something we should look into and see if we can find a space for it. Juster?
Yeah, Trustee Light, this was brought up, I brought it up about at least minimum 10 years ago. Bobby Hins stopped me. Now, you're talking about Bobby Hins, right? And he's a big promoter now. And I was brought up, and I was turned down. Because we had boxing here before, didn't we?
Yes.
Doug, do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, years ago. It was downstairs, as a matter of fact.
Basement.
Yes.
I think that part of the reason, the cautionary note is that part of the reason that we have to be strategic about what we're allowing, what we're not, is because our insurance carrier has specific liability issues with, depending on what type of program it is.
Sure, like with
Less
football and
Less issues
such
with
like
aerobic
that.
boxing, more issues with direct contact. So there's different types of
Football.
boxing, and that's what we would have to work with our insurance carrier to make sure we minimize the risk.
Right. Well, it is a contact sport, as, like I said, football is and soccer is, and sometimes soccer more than football, but I understand that there are risks involved in that, but what it takes to do this program, I'd really like to look into.
Yeah, and so Keith, just make sure we work with our insurance carrier and Leah Kozad
when we're looking into this.
Absolutely. We'll take under all those things, because obviously the number one goal is safety. I mean,
Sure.
that's going to be the number one thing no matter what we do, so.
Sure, yeah, I understand. You're buying like new football helmets for the kids and, what's it take to have gear? Most of the people provide their own gear. What the cost of the program to run with any sponsorship or help, plus with, what it costs us to run a football program, I'm sure it balances out with what we have and stuff in that.
Anyone else? Being none, I need a motion to adjourn. Mary,
Motion to adjourn?
need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
I'd like to call the village board meeting back to order. Thank you for your presentation, Keith, and we'll see you after the other meeting.
Thank you.
We have to pull board meeting back up. I'm not doing that. Petitions and communications. Trustee Fonte Sullivan, would you like to start?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Mayor. Thank you.
It's a good day, Sharon.
Okay, let's go.
Sure.
Grab your blankets and chairs and come on out to the Sports Hub lawn on Friday, October 21st for a scary movie night feature, Casper the Friendly Ghost. The film is free and open to the public, and snacks will be available for purchase. The movie will start at approximately 7:30 p.m. For more information, please contact the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060. The Village of Glendale Heights is getting in the Halloween spirit. Halloween is on Monday, October 31st, and we would like to remind residents that trick-or-treating hours are from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Also on Halloween evening, we invite children 15 and under to come and trick-or-treat at Safety Town Halloween for a safe and family-friendly event. Safety Town Halloween runs from from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. For more information on Safety Town Halloween, please contact Tanya Macco at 630-909-5459. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon.
welcome,
Trustee
Mayor.
Light.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
The Sports Hub is the place to be. Friday, October 28th, to have a spectacular night. Kids ages 10 to 14 are invited to the Sports Hub from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for the third annual Halloween. Participants will dance to Halloween tunes, play ghoulish games, and win some prizes. If you're brave enough, take a stroll down the Hub's haunted hallway for a frightfully good time. The fee is $7 for residents and $12 for non-residents. For more information, please contact the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060.
Thank you, Mike. Trustee Meritato.
Oh, thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
To enable an efficient and effective street sweeping schedule, parking on streets is prohibited during the month of October and November between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on one Pacific day. Color-coded no parking signs have been posted in 4 different zones throughout the village. Parking is prohibited on Monday for the red zone, Tuesday for the blue zone, Wednesday for the green zone, and Friday for the brown zone. To find out your zone, visit the village website. For any questions on street sweeping program, please contact Public Works at 260-6040. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Trustee Pojek.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
The next coffee with the mayor and village board is scheduled for Saturday, November 5th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Center for Senior Citizens. If you have any comments, suggestions, or questions for the mayor or village board, please call the mayor's office anytime at 630-909-5303. Cheer on the Glendale Heights Police Department, Glenside Fire Protection District, and the Bloomingdale Fire Protection District on Saturday, November 5th at noon as they compete in the 4th annual Braves versus Finest charity basketball game. The charity basketball game will be held at the Sports Hub. Tickets are $5 and are available at the Glendale Heights Police Department and the Glenside Fire Protection District. Kids 10 years old and under are free. Tickets are $1 each, or 6 for $5 and 30 for 20. All tickets purchased will give you an opportunity to win several raffle prizes throughout the event. Proceeds will benefit several worthwhile charities. If you have any questions, please contact the Glendale Heights Police Department non-emergency number at 630-260-6070. Thank you.
Thank you, Chester. Trustee Schroeder.
Thank you, Mayor Jackson.
You're welcome.
The Glendale Heights Center for Senior Citizens is a senior health insurance program. It's called SHIP, S-H-I-P, and it's a sponsored site and is offering open enrollment for senior citizens from October the 15th through December the 7th. Our trained volunteer counselors can provide one-on-one assistance to Medicare beneficiaries and their caregivers. The SHIP volunteers can provide you with the information you need to make educated decisions about your insurance. This free statewide health insurance counseling service is sponsored by the Illinois Department of Insurance. So stop by the Center for Senior Citizens to pick up your prevention service program information. Please call the Glendale Heights Center for Senior Citizens at 630-260-6050 to schedule an appointment for assistance with your health insurance questions. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mary. That concludes our announcements. We have two proclamations before us tonight. The first one is a proclamation to proclaim October as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And the second is a proclamation to proclaim the month of October as Filipino American History Month. So if there are no objections, I will sign these proclamations.
Go for it.
No objections.
Okay. Thank you. Next, we go to public discussion of agenda items. If there's anyone in the public that wishes to address this board on an agenda item, please step forward. Being none, you have the consent agenda before you. Trustee Pojek.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Trustee Fonte?
Yes?
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
And Trustee Schroeder?
Yes.
The consent agenda is approved. There is no old business. So we go on to new business. Number 1 is a motion to waive first reading on new business item number 4. Trustee Fonte Sullivan.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? First reading is waived on new business item number 4. Item number 2, an ordinance to approve and authorize the execution of the first amended and restated agreement for janitorial services by and between ABC Commercial Maintenance Services Incorporated and the Village of Glendale Heights. That is first reading. Number 3 is an ordinance authorizing the sale of surplus personal property owned by the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois, and that is first reading. And number 4, an ordinance waiving bid and authorizing the execution of a contract with J. Condon Sewer Service Incorporated for the 2016 Leslie Lane Relief Sewer Project. We have waived first reading, so this would be ordinance number 2016-57. Trustee Schroeder,
So moved.
Second.
discussion. Roll call vote.
Trustee Light,
Yes.
Trustee Meritato,
Yes.
Trustee Pojek,
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder,
Yes.
and Trustee Fontaine Sullivan.
Yes.
Ordinance 2016-57 is approved. Which brings us back to public discussion of agenda items. If there's anyone in the public that wishes to address this board on an agenda item, please step forward. Being none, a motion to adjourn would be in order. Trustee Pojek.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, everybody. See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
20th.